So I want to know, first of all, what is it that you do? Like 60 seconds, what is it that you do with your clients? How do you help your people?
Well, I'm a clinical psychologist and a transformational coach. They call me Crazy Love Coach because I help women fall in love with themselves. So I create crazy love between them and themselves. And so what I actually do is that I help them heal the inner wounds and blocks that are preventing them from having it all, actually, and starting with finding Mr. Right and attracting the right kind of men in their lives, because I noticed that when you have some wounds and traumas in your past life, you tend to attract the same kind of toxic relationships again and again until you actually deal with the root of the pattern. So I use my expertise in order to help them heal this primary wound that is usually happens in their childhood, and from there allow them to kind of manage their lives.
Awesome. All right. So what was the challenge that you were experiencing when you decided to work with me? Like, what was going on with your business that led you to want to hire a coach and mentor?
Well, as much as I know that I'm a good psychologist and coach locally or one-on-one with my clients here, it was very challenging for me to market myself online and to know how to be on this word, the online world. So yeah, I needed some support and some, how to say, structure in order to know how to make it work online, because it was very challenging for me. It has been months since I had a new client.
Got it. Okay. So there are many coaches and mentors out there, and I know that you've been in other programs before. What was it specifically about me that you know, kind of made you say, I want to work with her?
Well, first of all, I felt that you were very real. Like you're not trying to you know, like you're so real. The second thing is your smile. I don't know, it spoke to me immediately. I love your smile. And I just felt that I could work with you. I like your energy. I like your message, and it's totally aligned with the way I would speak myself with my clients. So I just felt that it was a good fit.
Got it. So what has been your experience of our work together? Like, so you were in a place where you were struggling to get clients for a little bit. So talk about where you are now.
Well, now I have my week are almost full.
That's awesome.
It's even if I didn't reach my goals of having more online clients, but maybe I didn't have the same clarity about what I really wanted at the time, because now I'm enjoying my work more than ever. I have 12 local clients at the moment. When I started working with you, I had 3 maybe. Then I have 12 local clients. They come weekly to my office. I have 3 clients online. You know, my vision changed of what I wanted, so I'm okay with them. I don't have the same goal anymore, but the main thing is that now I know what I want. I have the structure I want. My mindset is totally different. I think this is the biggest thing you did with me. It's to help me with my mindset, with what I want, to feel more confident about my work, to trust that what I had was really a gift and that not everyone can do what I do. Although a part of me knew this, but I think that now it's more anchored deep down. So yeah, it's definitely life-changing for me, and I'm very up working with you, of course.
Well, it's interesting that you said that you got more clarity, right? And that now you're clear about what your vision is, which is important because so many of us, we think we want one thing, but then it turns out when we really look deeper that there's something else that really resonates with you. And that's what it sounds like was your experience, right?
Totally.
Yeah. Okay, so what would you say was like something that would have held you back from working with me? Because you had invested before, and there's a lot of people who've done that before. And you know, they know that they still need some help. They need to tweak things. They really want it, but there's something that holds them back from making that decision, from making that next leap of faith. Did you have something like that going on for you? Was there like an obstacle for you that almost stopped you from working with me, but you were able to step through that?
Yeah, the money.
Yeah.
The money. I didn't have the money. If you remember the first time I talked to you, I didn't have anything in my bank account.
Yeah.
I didn't want to ask for anyone's help. And actually, I had $500 only in my bank account. And I remember I told you, I have this, I can give it to you, send it to you right now. But after that, I'm going to make it work. But it was definitely the money. So the first week, I was very panicky about creating this money. Thank God I manifested a client the same week, and it was magical. Like, and here I felt like if God didn't want me to work with you, I wouldn't have found this client immediately. Right. So it was my answer that I should definitely work with you. So yeah, it was definitely the money part. But the other things I already knew, or else I wouldn't have booked this discovery call, because I knew that if I wanted to work with someone, I was primarily attracted to you.
Got it. Cool. Well, you talk about the client that you booked, and I know that you were doing $3,000 sales, and then you've recently increased your fees to $5,000, correct?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. And I love to see that growth, because you know, so many people think that you can't charge a higher dollar amount unless you're a business coach, but you do love stuff, relationship stuff, and also your work is very transformational. So it touches different aspects of your clients' lives. But it's just amazing to see your growth in that short period of time that we work together. So what would you say is one, you mentioned confidence already, and you can talk about this more if you like, but what would you say is like one of the biggest impacts our work has had on your business?
The biggest impact is that, as I said before, it's the clarity, because I didn't feel grounded enough in my business. It's like, you know, when you say, you think that your business is like a passion that you're working on.
Yes.
It didn't become a real business until now, you know, like I knew that this is what I wanted to do. It was my dream, etc. I'm good at what I do. I've been making money out of it, but I didn't treat it as a business until I started working with you, and I didn't take it seriously until then. So I think that this is the biggest change. Like now I'm totally grounded. I feel that it can be sustainable on the long run. I'm confident in my ability to transform lives. I know that I'm very gifted, and I totally enjoy my work. I have so much fun with my clients, you know, and that's the big picture. It's like emotionally exactly what I wanted to be when it comes to my business. So I don't have any kind of stress anymore. I know that everything is under control.
That's awesome.
And and I wake up in the morning, I want to jump out of bed because I need to come to the office, although it's 6 a.m. and I don't have clients until 1 p.m. But yeah, it has become like my baby that I want to be with all the time.
That's brilliant. It's awesome. Because sometimes people, they get to that stage in their business, because you've had a business for a while, where you almost lose the passion because it's not quite what you want it to be. So it's brilliant to hear that you were excited about your business again and the work.
Yeah, when I spoke to you the first time, I was exactly at this place. Like I would come to the office once a week. I would postpone my clients, although I would do great work with them. Mm-hmm. But I wasn't even trying to make new clients because I kind of gave up. It has been months, no clients. I started working with a Facebook specialist. I changed my website. I did a lot of technical stuff, but it didn't pay me back. And I invested a lot of money. So everything I would make, I would reinvest immediately. And it was a lot of energy, a lot of time. It was draining. Mm-hmm. And so I kind of a part of me started resenting this job that I was doing, although it was my vision, my passion. I left my full-time job for it. And now I'm back.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. All right. So how would you describe the experience of working together? Like maybe a phrase or word that you can think of. What was it like, the whole coaching experience for you?
Okay, I'm going to summarize it in one sentence. All week long, I was waiting for our session. It was my 1 hour of uh, I don't know how to say it. It's like my special hour in the week that I'm looking forward to. So I would wait for, it was like Tuesdays, right? So Tuesdays just to see you and speak to you and share with you and get positive again and feel that someone gets me finally, because, you know, I'm not surrounded by people that are very aware of what I'm doing. So it was magical for me.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. What was the most helpful about our sessions?
Your wisdom. You knew how to, you know, I know that I'm a person that can be all over the place, and I'm very emotional, especially the months that we were working together. So I think that you were very patient with me and wise, and you knew how to listen to me. And this is very important, because often I feel that people don't get me. And from the very first time I spoke to you, I felt like, okay, we have a connection here. She gets me. So that was the most important.
Awesome. All right, cool. Let's see. So we kind of talked about this before, because typically people will come to me, they just want business strategy, but they walk away with so much more. And so you've already kind of alluded to that. Are there any things that other things that you want to share about what you feel like you walked away with after working together?
So definitely the business strategy, I learned a lot about marketing, about how to position myself, and I noticed that I'm doing a lot of mistakes. Of course, the mindset, it was the biggest outcome was the mindset, because I think I was at a place where I was in a very bad cycle, repeating the same patterns again and again, and I wasn't even aware of, although I did a lot of inner work before. But I think the fact that a lot of what I've been feeling and dealing with, you have been through, so only you could have understood me, because maybe the other coaches didn't know what was happening with me because they didn't live the same thing. So I think that this is very huge. And of course, I need to mention that you were kind of a love coach as well. Since I had to deal with a breakup at the same time. So, and this was very touching for me that you were supporting me with that as well. So yeah, it was like buy one, get three free, you know. On all levels, you were very supportive. And I think that the fact also that I was able to text you on Messenger, etc., and you were always supportive and would answer me immediately, etc., that was awesome. You are awesome, Desiree.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I pride myself on giving that level of access, obviously when you work with me privately, because I think it's important when you're growing, right? And when we're growing, we're going through stuff. And we don't want to let it sit there and just get heavy. We just want to be able to deal with it. So I'm glad that that was a feature that really was important to you. So the big question, would you recommend me to anyone else?
Oh, definitely. I'm already doing it.
All right. So then why? Why would you, you know what I mean? Like, what would you say to someone as to why you would recommend me?
First, I would talk about your smile, because I love your smile.
Thank you.
Second thing, I would say that you are very patient and you're a great listener. And this is very important as coaches. I know, because this is what my clients say about me when I ask them, why are you working with me? They say, you need to listen. And it's exactly what I feel with you. You listen, you take the time, you're never judgmental. And you have such a great insight. You know how to actually deal with things. And I won't even talk about the business coaching stuff, the marketing, etc., because this is something that, like, for you, I feel like it's so natural for you, and it's such a gift. Like, and when you talk to me, I'm like, she says it like it's so natural. Does she know that it's hard for me? So no, yeah, definitely, I would totally recommend you to anyone, even as a love coach.
Awesome. All right. So, is there anything else that you want to share?
Anything else? Well, like, I don't have any more words to say how grateful I am for meeting you and working with you. And I'm sure I'm going to work with you again, by the way. It's life-changing for me. I think that I met you at the right timing in my life. and that God sent you to me at this particular moment. It totally changed my life on different levels.
Yeah.
I think that I've been growing a lot this past few years, but there was something missing that I couldn't do alone. And you gave me the support to actually reach this point. And I think that I'm a point in my life where I'm kind of at peace with myself, finally. I kind of accept to receive, which was my hardest thing to do. And so, yeah, I'm going to receive and then come and hug you.
That's awesome because, you know, again, what I mentioned before, like so many people are focused on the business strategy, but like you mentioned, there's so much of the external work that's being done, even if you're doing some of the mindset work on yourself, right? But there's like the, you know, the Facebook ads, the webinar, the website, all that kind of stuff, but it doesn't actually fill the hole, because I feel like that's what so many people are experiencing. They may be making a lot of money, but there's still something that feels missing. Typically, it's that lack of passion that you mentioned. It's like the business, the thing that they love the most starts to feel like a job. And so to hear you say that, number one, you feel passionate about your work again, you feel like you have the peace of mind that you want to have, like all those kind of things, like to me, that's even more impressive than the fact that you were booking more clients and that you were making more money. You know what I mean? Like it's you feeling like you can be all of you and then make money on top of that.
Exactly. That's exactly the feeling.
Yeah. Brilliant. All right, cool. Well, thank you for your time today.
Thank you. Thank you for everything, for your time every day.